Okay, hi there. We're gonna explain our research paper proposal. Mine is whether or not the government has taken the correct stance on marijuana, and my stance is that it hasn't taken the appropriate measures in that regard. First, we'll start with the introduction and as to how it details what kind of stance the government has taken, where it has gone wrong. Also with the details, it views it in the same sense as LSD and heroin, how much money that has been accumulated due to the arrest fines, and that kind of correlates with the corrective approach as to how people see it as a harmful substance, but really there's that second tier to where it's not as bad as it seems, and identify the position that the government has overall taken. So the first body paragraph, we're going to begin with how the wrong imprisonment fines have costed us a lot of money, and in that regard, it's a poor allocation of sources for that. We have many important individuals who have suffered blows to their reputation just because this has been illegal, such as Michael Phelps, other various politicians, Morgan Freeman, etc. Next, we're going to go into how it's unjustified with the associated usage of marijuana. It's a war completely out of control when in reality there's a 73% approval rating as to usage, and I think that it would make the citizens more happy to have it legalized, and it would end the battle on marijuana as a whole, therefore creating more of a no public discrepancies, and it's more socially accepted and legally accepted with no ramifications. So next paragraph number 2, we're going to try to interpret a reader or outsider's viewpoint. So although it's easy to get people's hands on marijuana through state laws such as the medical marijuana laws, it's still making it just as obtainable, and therefore it's not really doing much for the government to have these laws in place if essentially the same thing is going on with the marijuana laws. So therefore it shouldn't be placed in the same categories as LSD or heroin or harder drugs, because the federal laws imposed are not doing it justice, not doing the substance of marijuana justice. Body paragraph number 3, we're going to try to summarize how the prohibition has been unfair, and it's actually a relatively and unharmful drug due to some research studies, and I have a source for that as well. Explains innumerable health benefits, stress relief opportunities. Also displays how it's more effective than marijuana, doesn't leave people jobless, has minimalized effects, and etc. We can also delve into the fact that it can help revive the U.S. economy through economic benefits, and make sure that's actually being accounted for in our economy. So to summarize, we're going to try to conclude on points that the government stance has been controversy provoking and ineffective as a whole, and we're going to detail the reader on how the substance can work in ways to benefit the citizens and no longer be surrounded as a topic of controversy, and also hit them with the major point that alcohol has killed people, marijuana is not. It can also do many benefits rather than detriment us in the long run, and the goal of trying to end the whole controversy as a whole. So we want to limit and downplay how marijuana has been bad and how it can benefit us.